discourse on this, the deficit committee?
My guess is that they're not going to come up with anything significant, and the sequestration is going to kick in temporarily, but not for very long, because they will pass a bill sort of undoing the original deal and reducing the defense cuts, which the other side is very much against. It's just going to be the usual muddling through. And it's a shame because, you know, it is nowhere near dealing with the misery that's pervasive now among people in this country. 50 million people can't see a doctor when they're sick. 47 million people depend upon the government to feed themselves. 40 million people live in homes where the mortgage is more than the value of the home, including me, by the way. I mean, my mortgage is more than the value of my home. And we have nobody really doing much about it. The car ownership in this country is now declining sharply. There's a lot of people who can't even afford a car anymore. That's how bad it's getting. I mean, what do you actually need in this country to be in the middle class? You need a house, you need a car, you need a pension or an IRA, you need health coverage, you need a job. Okay, people are way past the point of not having houses. Now they're talking about not having cars. Yeah. You know, so it's getting really, really ugly. And for them to obsess over what the deficit is going to be, literally, I'm not exaggerating now, literally in the year 2021 seems to me to be a disgrace. It's completely out of touch with what people expect from their elected officials. What they expect, I think, in general, is a friend. You know, somebody who's actually going to try to help you when you need some help. And they're not seeing that at all. The super committee is just one more layer of that utter insulation between the real problems that people face and Congress. You know, Leonard Cohen once did a song called "Everybody Knows," and part of the song Leonard Cohen says, "Everybody feels like their dog just died." Well, that's kind of how people feel now. You know, that's actually a pretty close description to how most Americans feel. Even if they still have the job, they're worried about the job, okay? Even if they still have the house, they're worried about the house, and they're behind in their payments. Everybody's feeling like really nasty and miserable, and it doesn't have to be that way. What we're seeing here is the worst economic mismanagement in the history of the country for the past 3 generations. And it won't stop unless people concentrate on the things that matter.